So hello everyone. Now in this video I'm going to talk about rectangular components of vector in 3 dimensions. Okay. Now previously we have seen components of vectors in 2 dimensions. That is, suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Okay, this is the origin. Okay. Now suppose this is a vector A. Okay, and it is making an angle theta with x-axis. So its component along x-axis is ax, its component along y-axis is ay. So this is a rectangle. Ax and ay are the two adjacent sides of the rectangle. Okay, this is ax, this is ay, and this is the rectangle. Okay, and we have seen that like using this concept of trigonometric concept, cos theta. Cos theta is how much? Cos theta is base by hypotenuse. So cos theta is ax by a. So we have ax is equal to a cos theta. So this is the component of a along x-axis. Okay. So that is ax. This is the component of a along x-axis, and it is equal to a cos theta. Now, similarly, I can write sine theta. Sine theta is equal to perpendicular. So this is perpendicular by hypotenuse. This side equal to this side. So I can write sine theta is equal to ay by a. So we have ay is equal to a sine theta. Okay. So this is the concept that we have discussed. Okay. Now here the main idea is, see, this theta is the angle made by a with x-axis. Okay. And we have this ax equal to a cos theta. Now what about in 3 dimensions? So here I have drawn a cuboid. Okay. So this is a cuboid. Okay. And this is the origin. Okay. Let me mark it as O. So this is the origin. Okay. And then we have this vector. This is vector A. Okay, this is vector A, and it is making an angle alpha with x-axis. This is x-axis. So it is making an angle alpha with x-axis, beta angle with the y-axis, and this gamma angle. This vector A is making an angle gamma with z-axis. Okay. So here in this case, A vector was making an angle theta with x-axis, and ax equal to a cos theta. Correct? Now, by the same logic, if I apply here, so if ax is the component along x-axis, so I have ax equal to a cos theta. Ax equal to a cos theta. Okay, but here theta angle made with x-axis is alpha, so instead of this theta, we'll have alpha. Now this a also makes an angle beta with y-axis, so I can write ay is equal to a cos beta. Ay is equal to a cos beta. Okay. Now similarly, I can write az, that is the component along z-axis. Az equal to a cos gamma, because gamma is the angle made with z-axis. Correct? Now here this cos alpha, here this cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. Now they have a name. They're called direction cosines. Direction cosines. Okay, direction cosines, where alpha, beta, and gamma are the angle made with x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis respectively. Okay, acha. Now, what is the value of suppose this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3. Now, from 1 I can write cos alpha is equal to ax by a. Similarly, cos beta is equal to ay by a, and cos gamma is equal to az by a. So if we square and add, what do you get? Cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square divided by a square. Correct? Acha. What is ax, ay, az? Ax, ay, az are nothing but component of a along x-axis, along y-axis, and along z-axis. So I can very well write this as vector A is equal to ax I cap plus ay j cap plus az k cap, isn't it? This is vector A, correct? Acha. Now, what does that mean? That means modulus of vector A, it is equal to square root of ax square plus ay square plus az square. So that means a square is equal to ax square plus ay square plus az square. Correct? Now, if you use this result over here, so that means this quantity is equal to 1. This quantity is equal to 1. So we have uh, cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Okay, so if alpha, beta, and gamma are the angles made with respect to x-axis, y-axis, and z-axis, then if you square the direction cosines and add, the sum will always be equal to 1. The sum will always be equal to 1. Okay, now we have the result cos square alpha plus cos square beta plus cos square gamma is equal to 1. Now cos square alpha, I can write it as 1 minus sine square alpha plus 1 minus sine square beta plus 1 minus sine square gamma is equal to 1. Okay, so this is 3 minus sine square alpha minus sine square beta minus sine square gamma is equal to 1. So that means I can write sine square alpha plus sine square beta plus sine square gamma is equal to 2. So this is another result. Correct? So this is a simple derivation. If you practice it once on your own, all the steps will be clear. Okay, so these are the important results. Okay, so do practice this once on your own. Okay, so now in this part of the video, I'm going to discuss a few questions based on this concept of direction cosines. Okay, now uh, I want you to pause the video and try these questions on your own and then verify with my solutions. Okay, so first question is we have uh, if p equal to if p vector p is equal to 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 12k cap. Okay, this is vector p. Then find magnitude and the direction cosines of p. Okay, so you have to find two informations. Okay, you have to find, one is magnitude and the other one is direction cosines. Okay, now vector p, it is given that it is 3i cap plus 4j cap plus 12k cap. Okay, so magnitude of p means you can write like mod of p or simply p. So it is equal to square root of coefficient of I cap square. So that is coefficient of I cap is 3. So 3 square plus coefficient of j cap square, that is 4 square plus 12 square. Okay, so that is equal to square root of 9 plus 16 plus 1. 12 square is 144. Okay, so this is 144 plus 25 plus 144, so that is 169. Square root of 169 is 13. Okay, so that means magnitude of this vector p is 13. Okay, so this one part is then done. Find the magnitude. Okay, then we are asked to find the direction cosines. Okay, now direction cosines are nothing but cos alpha, cos beta, and cos gamma. Now cos alpha is px, component of p along x-axis, divided by magnitude of p. Now what is px? Component of p along x-axis is 3. That is coefficient of I cap. This coefficient of I cap is the component along x-axis. So px, this vector p, actually this p is nothing but this p is px I cap plus py j cap plus pz k cap. Okay, so px is 3, so 3 divided by 13. So this is cos alpha. Okay, so cos beta is py by p. Py is 4, so 4 by 13. Okay, similarly cos gamma is pz by p. Pz is 12, so 12 by 13. Okay, so these are the direction cosines. Okay, now next question. Find the angle made by I cap plus j cap with x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so let us name this vector as suppose some vector a. So vector a is equal to I cap plus j cap. Okay, and we have to find the angle made by this with x-axis and y-axis. Okay, so alpha is the angle uh, made with x-axis, and beta is the angle made with y-axis. So we know that cos alpha, it is equal to ax by a. Ax by a. What is the magnitude of a? Magnitude of a means mod a is equal to a. It will be equal to square root of 1 square plus 1 square. So that is square root of 2. Square root of 2. Okay. So cos alpha is equal to ax by a. Ax is coefficient of I cap is 1. So 1 by root 2. So that means alpha is equal to 45 degree. So that means angle made with x-axis is 45 degree. Correct. Similarly, what is cos beta? Cos beta is equal to ay by a. Ay is also 1. So 1 by root 2. So that means beta is equal to 45 degree. So that means this I cap plus j cap, this it makes an angle of 45 degree with x-axis and 45 degree with y-axis. Okay, so I cap plus j cap makes an angle of 45 degree each with x-axis and y-axis. Okay, now let us move to the next question. Find out the angle made by a vector a I cap plus j cap plus k cap with x, y, and z axis. Okay, so I hope by now you'll be able to do, definitely able to do this question. So uh, modulus of a, it is square root of 1 square plus 1 square plus 1 square. So that is square root of 3. Square root of 3. Okay, so cos alpha, it is equal to ax by a is equal to 1 by root 3 is equal to 1 by root 3. Okay, so I can write alpha is equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3. Okay, see, I don't need to find the value of this cos inverse of 1 by root 3 because this is not a popular value. Okay, but here 1 by root 2 is 45 degree. That is known. That is why I have written the value of alpha and beta as 45 degree. Okay, here you can leave the answer at this point. Okay, similarly, cos beta will be equal to ay by a. So that is again 1 by root 3. So beta is equal to cos inverse of 1 by root 3. Okay, similarly gamma is also same value. Cos gamma is equal to a z by a, so that is equal to 1 by root 3. So gamma is equal to cos inverse 1 by root 3. Okay, so I hope these things are quite clear to you. So, and you have also practiced these questions on your own. Okay.